Hey everyone, I'm Joey from thephysicaleducator.com, and I just want to share something that I've been working on. This has been a dream that I've had for so long, and I'm as close to it as I've ever been. So, some of you may know that I love to create visual rosters for my classes. So, this visual poster where I have the student's name, I have their photo, and I also have a number assigned to them. And I use these numbers for a variety of things in class, but the main way I use them is to help the students remember which number they have assigned to them for their Plickers magnets. So we use these Plickers magnets that we then use for a variety of different forms of assessment in our lessons, and that's been great. Now, in the past, I've created squads in my class based off of colors. So oftentimes I'd have 6 colors and then I'd have 6 squads. What I've been trying to build for years now is a system where I can quickly change the size of the groupings in class to meet different purposes. And I've been trying all kinds of different ideas to try and get to where this is. Originally, I wanted pennies that had like all kinds of different variables on them. And then I thought maybe some slap bracelets would be really cool, but I couldn't figure out how to go about it that way. I'm as close to it as I've been, and I want to share it with you now. So here's my revised visual roster posters. And as you see, just as with the previous ones, I have my students' names, I have their photo, and I have their numbers on it. But what I also have are a variety of other variables that I can use to create different size groupings in my class. So for example, if I want to get my students into 6 groups of 4, I would ask my students to go into their color squads. And by meeting up with the other students in class with the same color squad, they would be able to quickly form those size groups. Now let's go back to the drawing board here. So obviously colors are there, but the students also have shape squads. So if I invite my students to get into their shape squads, what that will give me is they'll give me 4 groups of 6. All right, so now that's a great way if I'm trying to create some larger games, or maybe I'm trying to put together some kind of activity or a group for like putting together choreography or whatever it may be. It's a great number. Now let's say I want my students to play in some small-sided games, or maybe I want them to engage in a discussion protocol in class to reflect on our learning targets. I can then ask them to get into their letter squads, and this will give me small groups of 3 students that then they can use those squads to explore the different things that we're doing in class. And finally, if I just need 2 large groups in class, I can use odds and evens to quickly separate my class in 2. Now you're probably looking at this and like, Joey, yes, obviously 24 students is ideal, but what if I teach way more students than that? Well, you can just replicate the codes and make these posters as large as you could, just as you could with the visual rosters. I'm just showing you 24 because I want to show you exactly how these different squads work and how quick it can be to get students together. Now, some of the things I'm realizing here is that it might be hard for students to remember their variables. So, they've got a color, they've got a number, they've got a shape, they've got a letter. That's why the poster lives in the gym, so the students can quickly refer back to them and figure out exactly where they're supposed to be. And in my experience, it doesn't take them very long to do that, okay? My students already were used to working with 2 variables, the colors and their numbers. I think adding 2 more is something that you could definitely build into your teaching. So this is one of those ideas that I'm still kind of working on, but I was really excited to share with you all. I would love to hear what you think about it, so go ahead and leave me your comments and your ideas in the replies below. And until next time, happy teaching.